Hello and welcome to ESAT. I'm Ngudu all day with the news in brief. Thousands of passengers have reportedly been stranded in the capital Addis Ababa as regional buses cancelled their trip due to ongoing strikes in the Oromo region. Buses leaving the capital Addis Ababa had to pass through districts within the Oromo administration that surrounds Addis Ababa. Several buses were attacked in the last 3 days by stone-throwing protesters in several towns. Bus lines from the capital to Amhara, southern Ethiopia, Harar, Gambela, and Jimma were disrupted today. Meanwhile, according to information reaching ESAT, police killed one person in Awadai in eastern Ethiopia as they shot indiscriminately at a group of youth who attacked a bus. A 5-day stay-at-home strike began on Wednesday in the Oromo region to demand the release of political prisoners and in memory of those who lost their lives at the hands of security forces in protests last year. The Department of State warns U.S. citizens of the risks of travel to Ethiopia due to the potential for civil unrest and arbitrary detention. Replacing its travel warning issued in June, the department said there continue to be reports of unrest, particularly in Gondar, Bardar, and Oromo regions. Canada on Wednesday updates travel advisory to Ethiopia due to what it said was security incidents in parts of the country at the beginning of the week. The Human Rights Watch says Saudi Arabia should halt the deportations of Ethiopians from the kingdom until it can establish refugee status determination procedures for those at risk of persecution who are fleeing repression back home. Felix Horn, Human Rights Watch senior researcher for the Horn of Africa, writes that should expulsions be carried out as is during an earlier expulsion of irregular migrants in 2013, many thousands of Ethiopians who should have refugee protection could be forcibly returned home to face the persecution they fled. According to Human Rights Watch, there are an estimated 10 million migrant workers in Saudi Arabia, of which up to 500,000 are Ethiopian nationals. Horn said while many of the Ethiopians in Saudi come for economic reasons, a significant number arrived after fleeing serious abuses at the hands of their government. Human Rights Watch said it has also documented detention and torture of forced Ethiopian returnees who had been living in Kenya, Egypt, Uganda, Djibouti, Somalia, and elsewhere. During Saudi's 2013 expulsions, over 160,000 Ethiopians were returned home. Human Rights Watch documented various abuses in the deportation process, including xenophobic attacks, beatings in detention, and horrendous detention conditions. U.S. President Donald Trump is reported to have told Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi that he wants to strengthen ties between the two countries. The BBC quoted a statement released by the Egyptian President's office today as saying that Mr. Trump called President Sisi last night, saying that he wanted to continue developing relations between the two countries and surpassing any obstacles that might affect them. The call comes days after it was revealed that the U.S. government was going to cut some aid to Egypt. According to Reuters, sources had revealed that Washington is planning to cut aid worth $95.7 million and to delay an extra $195 million because Egypt had failed to make progress on improving human rights and democracy. The Reuters report said the Egyptian government on Wednesday responded by saying that the decision showed poor judgment and that the decision would have negative implications on the relations between the two countries. Egypt is an important regional ally for the United States because of its control of the Suez Canal and its border with Israel. Annually, it receives $1.3 billion in aid from the U.S. That ends the news. Thanks for watching.